The second question that we have to address is only directed at people who can quantify that their ancestors were from a federally recognized Native American tribal nationality. If that's not you, this does not apply to you. The blood quantum separates native from non-native entirely, but it does not measure native against native. So if you're not native, as in you cannot prove that you are of any ancestry from a federally recognized Native American tribal nationality, I'm not talking to you in this segment. Now, to the people I am talking to, the question becomes, are there full bloods? Are there half bloods? Are there mixed bloods? And the answer is no. If you qualify, you qualify. There are no penis measuring contests among natives. You either make the cut or you don't. You either have one at all or you don't. The reason that we see it that way, because you cannot fulfill the roles of 2 to 3 to 4 to 8 to 16 to 32 to 64 different individuals. You are only one person, and you don't have to be red if you don't want to, if that's who you are. If you feel like you're only somewhat red or somewhat something else, don't do it. You can't be 1/8 with us and dismember you if you'd like, and we'll put in a glass case if you'd like. It just wouldn't be humane for you. So that's what it is. You either make the cut, as in your ancestors are from a federally recognized Native American tribe, regardless of how much, or you don't. Listen to you in this segment. And if you do that, you can't be two things. You can't be two people. You can't be people or 8 people or 16 people or 64 people. It would be like saying you identify with your finger. You identify as your, and you separately, you identify as your eye, as if they weren't part of the same body, as if nothing ever brought them together. We can split your body into 64 pieces if you'd like, or less. It's just not going to go over very well for you. And that's what it is. You can't be or assume or fulfill the role of 2 different people, or 4 different people, or 8 different people, or 16, or 32, or 6 different people. Fulfill all those. It's evil. It's like saying you identify with your arm and your separately, as if they weren't part of the same body, which is arranged you would like, but you won't survive. So you have to make a choice. You cannot be red and white. You cannot be red and black. If you mix a can of red paint with a can of black paint, the result will be red. If you mix a can of red paint with a can of white paint, the result will be red. Because red is a dominant primary color. Black is a color that can't darken. It takes on the features of whatever color it has merged with. White is a color that can't lighten. It takes on the features of whatever color it has merged with. That's more of an esoteric conversation. In practicality, you're only one human being, and there are no partial human beings. If you identify as a part of a human being, we can separate you into different parts, and you can live 8 different lives, but you won't live. You'll die. So you have to decide. When someone approaches us and says, I'm 1/8 Native American, or I'm 1/16 Native American, that doesn't work. I understand that's what the blood quantum might show for you, but it doesn't work because it's not true. It's like saying, I'm going to split your body in 16 pieces, and you can identify with each piece in a different life. It's insane. It can be done, but you won't live. So you have to decide who you are based on what you came from. Each person is a full-blooded human being. And all the different parts of their body work together to consist of that human being. And what kind of human being? That depends on who your ancestors were and how you identify with that. But you can't just make it up. So this is really not directed at anybody who cannot quantify themselves as a Native American. Now, people who can, you cannot be two things. You cannot be, 1/8 with us and 3/8 not with us. That's not how it works.